name is Liz Holtz, and I'll be your host today in our community on KMVT, Channel 15 in Mountain View. This afternoon, we have some wonderful guests for you, some local musicians from the San Francisco Bay Area. Our guests tonight are Stephen C. and Tricia Greenwood, and they're here to talk to us about their experience in the music industry and to share some of their wonderful music with us this evening. So Tricia is both a singer, songwriter, as well as a guitarist.
Yes. And
Stephen is a composer, a producer, and a musician of multiple talents, I understand.
I play a few instruments, yeah.
A few. So, Tricia, well, actually, Steve, let me start with you. How did you get started in music?
My family really supported music. My mother was a pianist, pretty good musician, and my brother started, I think, when he was 7, my older brother, and I was 5. He played guitar. I started banging on anything I could make noise with, and then my parents, they set us up with some nice instruments, which is really what got me started. Plus, we loved listening to her play, so I just, from a very early age, was very comfortable with the idea of spending time exploring music, even, coming up with melodies. I didn't think of it then as composition. I would just make stuff up. But that's how I got started.
So did your family actually play together sometimes, or just in a casual setting, get together on a Friday evening after dinner? And
well, my older brother, Michael, as a guitar player, had some friends. There was one guy that he knew that thought he could set up a band. We had another 2 brothers, Frank and Roy Lioto. They were a similar age. Mm-hmm. And so that added another singer and a bass player. And we had a band. I think we started playing gigs when I was 7. So
wow.
8 years old was when I remember kind of getting into that spot of realizing there was other ways to earn money besides allowance and mowing lawns. We got some play money for doing that.
Wow, that's really amazing. And Trish, how did you get started into music and songwriting and singing and?
Well, actually, as a young girl, my brother was a guitarist, bass player, and he had a band, and I was the one who actually ironed their shirts. But as time went on, I didn't have the confidence to do what I wanted to do, to sing. And as time went on, I just decided that, when you have a desire in your heart, that you should, follow that desire. And it was, gosh, about 15 years ago, I'm walking through the Sistine Chapel, and the tour guide was explaining that Michelangelo was painting the ceiling in his 80s. Mm-hmm. So I thought to myself, you're never too old to be an artist. Mm-hmm. So I went back home and I started studying. In 2013, I really, had 3 albums out, and
wow.
Just started working it.
That's amazing. So, and can you tell me, so what styles or genres of music do you each, create in?
I would say probably just as a format, it would probably be called New Adult Contemporary.
Okay.
I guess what that means is easy listening, although some of the music that I liked from her early albums was rock. It's spread out. I think it's fair to say it's a pretty eclectic mix. So it's kind of hard to say it's just blues or jazz or
you
something.
play in a number of different areas. I mean, you play blues.
Sure.
I'm sure you probably get in a little bit into some R&B or some jazz a little bit. Like you said, one of your songs to me, sounds like a little tiny touch of country there. And there are so many different varieties of music and stuff. I never believed that, a artist should be limited to one, you get stamped this, because that's part of being an artist, right, is to explore.
Exactly.
Different things and kind of go where the music leads you.
Right.
Or at least a lot of musicians I've talked to, that's kind of how they get into it. So can you tell me, what led for the two of you to start collaborating together?
Was that 2014? July was when we first decided to work on that. I expressed interest in one of the songs that I heard her playing on acoustic guitar, and things didn't kick off right away because our schedules kept getting crossed. She was coaching some background singers in a band that I was playing in, but she would coach them after our rehearsals stopped, and I'd see her coming in as I was going out. So we didn't really get started actually producing any music together until probably just a little under a year ago, actually.
So did you know each other prior to kind of passing like ships in the night in the hallway at this?
No, not really.
No, we actually met at a 4th of July party.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. And, I understand that you also do a number of different things. You not only are a musician, but you also produce, you compose, you did the video animation on some of the videos we're going to be seeing tonight.
It's a muse for me. I love doing animation.
It's
therapy.
Quite the Renaissance man. And you as well. You did the video for the first song that we're going to be talking about and listening to today and stuff. So, and I love it that you guys brought some samples of the work so that our audience can listen to them. So the first video that we're going to be talking about, and then we'll see in just a few moments, is called In Heaven.
Yes.
And this is a song that you wrote.
Yes.
And then you kind of got together with Stephen, and he did some orchestration for it. And then you put together a video. Can you tell me, how did that collaboration work?
Well, in 2006, I had collaborated on a video for the In Heaven song with a student from New York Film Academy. And then I was invited out to New York City to perform the song live at a historic theater along with the video for a 9/11, remembrance event. And so that was then. And then when I went there and I did that and I came back, I had said to my good friend, Melissa Greer, I'd love to orchestrate that song. It's my dream. And just this January, she called Stephen and talked to him about orchestrating the song. And so that's what you're going to hear. And then I created a video of all nature scenes to help comfort people's hearts.
That's wonderful. So let's take a look at that first video called In Heaven at this time.
What do you say when someone you know has gone to be with the Lord? What do you say to loved ones left behind? when someone they love has gone. How do you show you care? How do you dry tears? Just by being there. Sometimes I know it feels like the pain will never end. Life will never be the same. It takes time for hearts to mend. Say a silent prayer in a peaceful and humble way for courage and faith. We'll be with them in heaven someday. Sing with them in heaven. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come.
So I hope you all enjoyed that and found that very inspiring, especially as we go into towards the holidays this year. Sometimes some people find it very reflective time during the holidays. Now, Tricia, you were mentioning to me that the original version of this song, because you've kind of changed it over the years a little bit, but the original version was written because you had a friend with cancer?
Yes, this song has gotten a life of its own, a past, a present, and a future, I hope. In the past, when I first wrote it, was for a friend that died from cancer. And then when 9/11 happened, I had remembered that I'd gotten cards and letters from the family members saying how much the song helped them through the grieving process. So I changed the personal verse in it to one that could be identified with anyone and put it out again. And since then, I decided that I wanted to do it and take the 9/11 off and just have it for people who have lost loved ones and remember them.
Yeah, that's wonderful sentiment. And by the way, I wanted to also mention your version in Heaven that was written for 9/11.
Yes.
And Steph was actually a finalist for Song of the Year in the Christian Gospel category from the American Songwriting Awards.
Yes, it was.
Which is very impressive.
Thank you.
And I understand you were also a semifinalist for Song of the Year with another one of your songs called Baby, You're My Valentine.
Yes.
And I believe, at the end we're going to give people some links where they can go and listen to some more of your different music.
Thank you.
So now, Stephen, I understand that, this next video we're going to see is some blues jam and stuff, but that you have a kind of funny story to tell us about Frank Zappa that kind of influenced your dabblings in these areas.
Yeah, this song, well, it's not even really a song. It's a blues progression that reflects a style of playing that, as far as the Frank Zappa story goes, when I was very young, 12 and 13, I had the opportunity to work with him on some material that he was putting together. He needed some guitar. He needed some guitar work. My older brother Mike worked with me on that as well. But the reason that the blues thing was kind of a funny story to me was I really didn't know that much about the blues, and I wasn't that excited about being tagged as a blues player. Mm-hmm. But Frank was insistent. And literally cornered me and said, you are a blues guitar player. And I wanted to be a rock guitar player. So I didn't really respond to that, very favorably. It puzzled me, actually. And as it turns out, one of the things I used to do kind of in hiding, I used to listen to Pete Fountain records, the old Dixieland jazz, mm-hmm. which was really not hip back then. So I would just put on headphones or sit in front of the big stereo system and try to pick out what he was playing on the clarinet. Mm-hmm. And of course I couldn't play like Pete Fountain, so at my speed it sounded kind of like blues, I guess, and that's what Frank responded to. And it was later, I'd say 5-6 years later, I started kind of coming into that and learning more about it and saying, oh, it's not bad, I think I like this kind of stuff. And then this video really kind of reflects a particular style and a scale that a lot of blues guitar players that have approached me after hearing me play, they've asked me if there was some kind of what is it that I'm doing to get a certain type of a sound. So I put this together. I put it online for free just so that it's easier than explaining it or sitting down if you can't do that, and I can just refer to the video. And it's fairly short, I think. So.
Well, and what a wonderful way also to encourage other up-and-coming artists or people that are wanting to explore music. Yeah. Than to put up, oh, hey, you like that sound? Well, here's how to do it. That's very cool. Yeah. So this next video, or second video for the evening, this is a blues guitar jam by Stephen C. He plays all the instruments in this and also did the video and animation for this clip. So let's take a look at that now. So we hope you enjoyed that. Certainly a demonstration of the many talents of Stephen C. So we also have another video that we're going to be watching this evening. And this is a duet
Yes.
that you two collaborated on. So, and I understand that, Tricia, you wrote the song that we're
Yes.
about to hear, Soul Harmony, and that both you and Stephen sing
Yes.
on this. And Stephen did the instruments as well as the animation and produced this next video.
Yes, he did.
I mean, that's tremendous. So let's take a look at this next video now, Soul Harmony.
I don't care if you take the long way around. You got the best love I've ever found. You got the love I need, so far so sweet. Living in love, two hearts meant to beat. And so all I want is to spend more time with you. It feels so good when I do. And when we're on our own, to my heart you hold the key. Never gonna give up on our dreams. You got the love I need, so far so sweet. Living in love, two hearts meant to beat. So say you will laugh and dance and play with me. Forever I'm yours. Living in love, two hearts meant to beat. In
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed that. I just love that song in the video. It's very heartwarming, and I think it speaks to a large audience.
Yes.
You know, it's just very, very beautiful. And now, you know, our viewers, you know, would love to find out more about your music, what it, you know, all your different interests, all these different things that you guys are involved in, because you are involved in so many things. The best website for them to go to would be the Heart Speak Music.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that address?
Heartspeakmusic.com.
Okay. And then you have another one. It's www.broadcastmediatracks.com.
Broadcastmediatracks.com.
And that's the website for your production company?
Yeah, that's a library and a catalog of music that put together over time.
Wow. That's amazing. And then, of course, you know, if people want to listen to your music, they can check you out on the usual channels, YouTube, iTunes, Amazon, and stuff. So we hope that they will do that. And again, I would like to thank you very much for coming and sharing
Thank you.
your
Thank you
wonderful
for having us.
music. And
Thank
Tricia,
you.
thank you so much.
Thank
Stephen,
you.
thank you. And listeners, I hope you will go and check out their music online and on the websites. And we hope to see you again soon in our community.